Look, I mean, just city of Dallas, fans, players, they always have a special place in my heart. I thought I was gonna stay there forever, but I didn't. So they'll always be a special place for me. Always I can call it home. But right now I'm focused on the Lakers. Trying to move on. But obviously, always is gonna be part of me there. But just trying to move on.
I don't want to get you in trouble with Lakers Nation, but
Luka, OKC presents a pretty difficult challenge defensively with the ball pressure. Just wondering, what's a better way to handle that than maybe you guys did tonight? And did you feel like there were moments of that you can learn from and grow from?
Yeah, definitely wasn't our best game. Probably one of the worst this season. But they did a great job. I think Wallace did a great job on me. They're champions for a reason, so they showed that today. I think we need to be more ready. Obviously, it starts with me. I need to be way better than that, and just got to figure out.
2 more games left in this trip, a tough back-to-back. Where do you you said it starts with you, but where does that start in the game in New Orleans? What's the most important thing?
Yeah, like we said in the locker room, we gotta bounce back. We need to get ready for the New Orleans game. I know they don't have a great record, but they're a physical team. We just need to, I think, start more physical. That's when we don't start physical, it's tough on us. So we just need to bring the energy and the physicality.
JJ said he doesn't feel like this road trip is reflective of who this team's gonna be, but it is kind of what you guys are at right now. What are the issues that you see that are correctable pretty quickly, and what are the things that you think is going to take some more work?
I think, like I said before, 2 things, physical and energy. We got to start the game better. I feel like when we start game sloppy, it's not going to be a great game. So I think we need to start with those 2 things and move it to the New Orleans game.
You've mentioned physicality a couple times in your answers. That's something that's been brought up post-game. Seems like, if not every game, every other game. Is that something that you feel like maybe the makeup of this team, whatever it may be, that's something that's going to be emphasized just throughout the season to ensure that's at the levels it needs to be at for you guys to be successful?
I think so. Like I say, when we started physical, any games, we did a pretty good job on playing the 48 minutes. When we start sloppy, then it's not our game. So I think we need to start, like I said, that we're physical and with more energy.
Luka, you said they're the defending champions for a reason. They've really, at least through the first 12 games of the season, shown no signs of letdown. Is there any concern at all about being able to run a team like that down, even big picture, just with where they're at?
I think it's not concern. I think it's more of big motivation. Like I said, they were the champions for a reason, and it's a big motivation. They started the year even better, I think. So it's a big motivation to see how they play and try to stop them.
You talked about physicality. I know someone like Marcus has plays a really big role in that, but I know you've really wanted to step up your game as kind of a leader on this team. So in terms of setting the tone for physicality, how much of a responsibility do you feel in terms of trying to do that in your own way?
Well, a lot for sure. Like I said, it starts with me. I need to do better, especially at the beginning of the game. They came out and they were physical, so that's what we got to do coming in the next games.
Luka, over here, Nico Harrison was fired.
Where did you see the gap start to build and the game get away from you?
Yeah, sometimes when you're not playing well offensively, it can affect what you're trying to do defensively. There seemed to be more confusion, I think, on the court, on that end of the floor, on the defensive end, than I think we anticipated. So I gotta make sure that I've created enough clarity for these guys. SGA scored 7 points on a empty wing ISO. That's our normal defense. It's on the coverage board. We're supposed to be in a flood. We didn't get to a flood. Coming out of a timeout, we were supposed to be in a zone. 3 guys knew it. Like, again, if I got to say it 9 times, I'll say it 9 times. So I'll take some ownership on that. The offense, they force you at times to be a little disorganized because of how good Caruso and Wallace are individually. There's nothing scheme-wise that we weren't ready for. Just didn't do a good job execution on that end.
You guys were able to at least have it be a competitive game in the third quarter and fourth quarter compared to the first half. Where was there an improvement in execution that you saw?
Thought we passed the ball a little bit better to each other. There was a few good offensive sets and early offense that was got us good looks. I think overall though, like, they gave us the advantage a lot and we didn't take advantage of it. We've worked on our shock offense almost every shoot around that we've had, and we kept rolling through the short roll and got too deep on that, and then the advantage was gone. Instead of being able to get the ball there and play 4-on-3, we did it once, we scored. It's just little execution things. We'll continue to get better.
You consider every game to be some sort of challenge or measuring stick or whatever. Does this result make you evaluate the other 11 games at all in any different manner?
I think you have to look big picture, and then you have to look with where your team is at right now. And I don't think it's been a great road trip for us just in terms of how we played. The second half against Charlotte, I liked everything that I saw. But the Atlanta game of tonight were I don't think are reflective of who the group is going to be, but it clearly is who the group is right now. And so we've got to course correct.
Pre-game that once you create an advantage, you have to be decisive. Just the decisiveness, how would you evaluate that from the group tonight?
Like a 0 out of 10 probably for most of the game. Again, if they close out and you're playing out a closeout and you don't shoot it, you got to drive it. And too many times we were hesitant. I do think they make you do that. Just watching them again, you come away every time you watch them, Wallace and Caruso and of course Dort, like those 3 guys in particular, just they take such great pride on the ball. And we didn't do a good job of screening either. So again, lots to clean up. It's nothing that we can't clean up. They're the world champions, and they've got the best record in the league. What they've been able to do over the last 4 or 5 years to build this thing and have its continuity and clarity is really impressive. And they're a tough opponent, and we, like most teams in the NBA, they're not going to beat themselves. You got to be at your best to beat them.
JJ, I know obviously your focus is on your team, but when you see Shea and his just sort of consistency and that, not just in production, but like in attention, there was a 3-pointer he missed in like the third quarter. I think they were up 30 at the time, and he reacted like it was like a swing dagger 3. Just like how dangerous of a player is he with that type of attitude?
Well, yeah, I mean he's a killer, just like a lot of the best players in the world are. He's the MVP for a reason. I think he gets the warranted amount of attention and scheming from opposing defenses like we did, and he's still going to figure out a way to get 30. I mean, he's just a really, really good basketball player.